calendars, property or shortlets, how you can enable your guests to do their KYG, which is the guest verification, how you can check your guests in and also allow them to be able to check themselves in. The aim is that by the end of this presentation, you'd be able to come onto Recurrent, add up your properties, and properly manage your properties with Recurrent. Okay? Hello? Oh, okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. I wasn't sure if you were hearing me. All right, so just into the demo proper, there are a few questions that I would like to ask you. Do you mind?
All right, let's go ahead.
All right, so the first question would be, do you manage multiple properties or a hotel?
Multiple properties.
Okay, fantastic. Like, how many would you say you are managing?
So at the moment, we have just six in three locations, two per locations.
Okay, great. And for your bookings, are you using any of the OTAs like Airbnb, Booking.com, or they're directly from your website?
So we have from our website, Booking.com, Airbnb, Bebel. Yeah.
Okay, all
And
right,
then there's also the offline booking as well, where they come to us directly.
directly. Okay, so this directly that it comes to you, is it through your website or through like your social media?
You mean for the website?
Yes, when you say directly.
For directly, I mean WhatsApp.
Oh, okay, okay, all right, okay. And for this December festive season that is coming, have you already taken bookings?
Yeah, we're getting inquiries from our
Okay,
OTAs, and I think we got one from Verbal, but more inquiries are still coming in. So it's likely before the end of November, all the apartments should be filled up.
fantastic. That would be great. Okay, so about payments and about your current management of your shortlets, do you use any existing PMS or you just work with maybe a spreadsheet or software
Um, so
application?
we have Little Hotelier. That's what we use.
Okay,
Little Hotelier is a PMS that helps us, handle our bookings, proper calendar management to ensure there's no clash. And it's also linked with our website as well. So with Little Hotelier, we are able to drive conversion from other ATAs, I mean OTAs rather, and our website. It's been very seamless. Although we try using other PMS, but we keep coming back to Little Hotelier. So I
Little
think
Hotelier.
I'd recommend that.
Okay, okay, but do you have any challenges at all that you are facing with Little Hotelier?
Not that I can say, except for the fact that I think one of the OTA is not.
Doesn't sync with it?
Yes. I'm trying to think. I think it's Booking.com of it, but I can't really say
You're
which
not
of them.
sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good news about that is that we actually sync with the OTAs that you have currently mentioned. So
Okay.
Airbnb, Booking.com, and Verbal, we have both an OTA sync and a channel management that we can use to sync properly with them. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I will now go and okay. Uh, I think I can just jump in directly and show you the platform.
That's fine.
All right, just a minute here. All right, so I'll be sharing my screen so that you can see where I am. All right, so fantastic. This is what Recurrent looks like. Now, Recurrent, as you may remember or not, is a property management system. What we aim to do is not just to give you, the host, an experience, but also for the guests. So we plan to also make the guests feel like they have had a good experience from your shortlet during their stay. So one of the things that we do for you as the host is this calendar. So we're able to give you a broad spectrum where you can see your calendars, you can see what you have for each day of the month. Excuse me. You can also see if you have anything for today. You can see your earnings. You can see on Recurrent. You can manage the finances that are coming in. Now, not just finances that are coming in through Recurrent as a platform, will also help you track not the money, but will help you track to see when each payment was made, especially if you're able to give us some kind of feedback to say this payment was made offline. Now, for properties, which are your shortlets, you're able to, similar to what you do on the OTAs, put in your information. You can add pictures and everything. Recurrent will give you a link that you can put up now on your website or on your social medias and be able to get links directly. Now, to simplify, you wouldn't need to come back to Recurrent to um should I say to re-enter everything that you have entered on your OTA. If you already have these properties on your OTA, all you need to do is to get like your OTA public link, and when you come onto Recurrent and you enter that, it would fetch that information so that you don't have to do double work. But moving forward, you can then put your details on Recurrent and use that link that we would give you to also update your OTA so you don't have to do double work on both platforms. But like I said, a sync for your calendars so that you can see everything. You would have no clashes for your bookings and that. Now, so I would like to show you what one of the properties would look like and how you can see all that you have. Now, this is where you get to see everything about that property. Here you have a list of all the bookings that you have on that property. So with the bookings, you can now go ahead and check someone in. I'm not sure if that's something that Little Hotelier has, but you're able to track when a person has actually checked into your property. You can track when the person has checked out of your property. Now, for properties that have like a key card, either a physical key card or a number key card, key lock, actually, Recurrent is able to help you generate that key card or the access pin so that your users don't necessarily have to even interact with you unless you want to. Once they are there to do their check-in, the system would give them the code that they are going to use to get into the platform if it's an access key, or if it's a key card, if you subscribe to the kiosk version of Recurrent. The kiosk version is there on every property, and once a guest comes in, they're able to check in, they would get their key card registered from the kiosk there, and then they would be able to go into the property. Is that something that you're looking at? That's something that sounds interesting.
Um, yeah, so even though we have Little Hotelier as the PMS for that, for I wanted to ask, which made me very particular. Does this send check-in details to the guests at check-in, like when they want to check in, like tell them welcome to so apartment, this is
It
your
does.
access code, Wi-Fi password, and everything that they need.
Yes, it does.
Okay, we have that too, but it's Dove, DUVE. That's what we use for that. Dove is synced with Little Hotelier to do that. Um, so if I'm trying to get you correctly, you're saying Recurrent is a PMS that doesn't just do listing, but it's also providing an elaborate guest experience management where it is tailored to providing all the information that a guest might need, not
Yes.
just listing.
Yes, not just listing.
I would like to see how that works. If it's giving the two in one, then I think it sounds like uh, a good thing to be associated with. But just go on.
Okay. So, so another thing that Recurrent does. So when your guest comes, let me share this tab instead, and let me make it a mobile view so that you can see. So when your guest comes and they reserve here, what Recurrent offers is three things. First of all, it shows them what your house rules are. So if you have any house rules that you have, it shows them what those things are and they get to agree to it. So it's not something that a person can say, oh no, I didn't know that that was wrong. They get to agree to that. So that's the first way that we're able to hold them accountable. Now, the second thing is that Recurrent offers identity verification. So your guests are able to do a selfie and also show you an ID card of themselves. And if the ID card is not valid, Recurrent will still take that, but it will inform you that this person is using an expired ID card on your property, and you'll be then left with the choice if you want that person to come onto your property or not. And then finally, Recurrent also collects the insurance or caution fee from them. So that caution fee is for you mostly. But what Recurrent does with that for you is that if you are interested, you can sign up with our insurance package and we insure your property. So we have a partnership with different insurance companies here in Nigeria, and we can insure your property so that regardless of what damage is made, when your guest checks out, you can claim for that damage if anything has been done, or if nothing has been done, then you don't have any problem with that. So those are the three things that we ensure that the guests are able to do before they now get to check in. So on the day of check-in, they receive an email saying that you have received this email. Please check in when you get to so and so place. Now, when they get into that location, it would also prompt them because we have a GPS location tracker on Recurring that allows the person check in when they get to that location. So you are sure that the person is actually there when they have gotten to that particular shortlet that you have. So those are some of the things that Recurrent has. Do you want to ask any question?
Yeah, this the insurance part and the caution fee. Um, I know when it comes to bookings and all, it can be very, very overwhelming with caution fee because the sole aim of the caution fee is that it has to be refundable.
Yes.
But so far, hospitality is a very, very wonderful business, and you never know the kind of person who is checking into your
It's true.
apartment.
Yes, true.
Um, the question I would like to ask is when it comes to payment, does it go to recurrent or it comes to the business? Because why I say so is in terms of damages. For example, we've had situations where we've had guests who stay and maybe they just did 3 nights, but the damage they have done
Mm.
exceeded the 100,000 naira caution fee, and then we find ourselves, having to war in ways that you never thought was possible. How are we able to navigate that if we say recurring should help us handle our check-in for us moving forward? Because I'm of the belief that you know it's not like a particular product where you say you're selling. The apartment is the service that we're selling, so it's more
That
like
you're
an
selling, yes.
exercise. If we keep allowing room for damages to occur, in the long run, it tends to not give the overall aesthetic appeal
Yes.
that the apartment is meant to give. And in the bid to maintain that, I also like to stick with the strict measure. So I'm just a bit guarded on that aspect, so that when we encounter a bottleneck with a difficult case, maybe in the course of the damage or something, how do we navigate that? And that's why I'm asking for payment. How is it meant to work with the insurance and all that? Because there's also need for prompt response in the process, so that the apartment is not being locked up because of one damage, and then we cannot take in bookings as well.
Business anymore, yes. So thank you very much for that question. First of all, yes, Recurrent does give you an account detail that your guests can send their payments for their stay. However, for the insurance bit, for the caution fee that is being collected, Recurrent holds that for you during the time of that stay that the guest has. Now, two things that we require from the guest when they are checking in. The first thing is to do an inspection, picture or video. Now, that inspection is more for them because that is what they would use as their claim to say, oh, so this part exactly was damaged like this. This is how I met it. So that's one of the things that they do during check-in. Now, if during check-in they have been able to point out that that was already damaged, then the insurance would fall on you rather than on them. I don't know if that explains that bit for you. So during check-in and during checkout, we ask the guests to show us a video clip of where they are. And now it's not a video that they can upload. So don't be concerned that okay, maybe this happened like 2 hours ago. The video would have a timestamp to say exactly this video was taken at 5 p.m. and this person was supposed to have checked in at 5 p.m. The access lock allowed the person to check in at exactly 5 p.m. So you are certain that the person actually did meet that damage or no damage when the person was checking into the property. Same thing when they are checking out, they get to also do another video and picture coverage to certify that this is how they have left the place, and with that they are able to file for claims for their caution fee. And once we confirm from you that there is no problem, they get refunded their caution fee. Quite seamless. Do you have any other question?
I don't think I do, but I think one of the major concerns that I would love to point out, is the fact that what is the bragging rights for recurrence, and why I say so because there are numerous listing platforms who would always come with mouth-watering deal why they are worth it, and I understand that this is supposed to be a win-win situation, but I'm all about value, and like I said, um, business in Nigeria is very wonderful, with the whole tax and everything happening. So everybody wants to have value for their money. So my question is, what does the double H have to gain listing with Recurrent, aside from all of this that you've mentioned that you do? Like, what is it going to be for us that will make us say, you know what, let's do away with Little Hotelier and Dove and stick with this guys because it's really, really worth it. So I can take back words to my CEO and be like, you know what, this is it or nothing.
Okay, so like you rightly said, there are so many businesses here in Nigeria that are offering this listing, and even abroad also there are so many of them. But for us at Recurrent, right, we're not looking at just businesses. We're looking at businesses as customers, and we're looking at their own customers as well. So for Recurrent, we're not focusing just on how the guests are experiencing their stay in your shortlet, while focusing also on ensuring that your business continues to run even after that guest has left. One of the issues that we know, because we also have a few shortlets that we run, and that's one of the things that prompted us to get Recurrent, is the fact that fixing a damage might end up costing you even more than the person's stay, not even just about the caution fee, right? It's costing you to fix that damage with the whole money that the person has spent during that, like you said, 3 nights. Sometimes it's even just one night stay. And you get to fix a damage that is worth the person's fee and the person's caution fee. And looking at that, we have figured out that hosts are always going to keep spending their own money, right? And that's why we really went for this insurance package deal, or should I say package bit, because that way you are sure that even with that, you're not going to now spend a fortune trying to recover from one single what is it called, from one single incident. Rather, you can rest assured that your business can continue growing, especially growth. Your business can continue growing, and you trust the fact that this partner that you have is going to ensure that your own what's it called, your own income, your bills are settled the way that they're supposed to be settled. So that's one of the things that we hold very dear at Recurrent. Hello?
Yes, I heard you very loud and clear. So, um, how does it work with the whole listing and everything? Is it like a monthly subscription or a yearly thing? Do we need to? I need to know how the payment plan works. Also, I remember at the exhibition, I was made to understand that there is also the ick where I get notification to say, okay, this particular location, there seems to be a high influx of guests coming in, like take advantage of bookings. I don't know how the person described. I can't remember her name, but she was able to explain that to me.
That
To,
actually, I think that would be me. I think that would have actually been me.
oh, it's you. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Yes.
was told that, and I'm like, yeah, I think I would like to see how that works and see how we can also explore that.
Okay. Yes, I'm glad that you remember that part. Because I was going to say it, but I skipped that part. So on the screen here, you can see Recurrent AI. Now, what Recurrent AI does is simply what I told you during the event. Once there is an influx of events around your area, it sends you a prompt, it sends you an email saying to you that there are a few events that are going to be happening in your place between this time to this time, right? Because we're synced with general calendars that tell you things that are happening. And also, we keep training our AI model so that it knows things that are happening, especially in different areas where all our shortlets are listed currently. So it does that where it will tell you this is happening in this area. Other people around this area that have your same kind of shortlet, that is 2 rooms, that is 3 rooms, their prices have gone up by 10%. Would you like for your own price to also go up by 10%? And as soon as that period is over, the prices return back. That's one of the reasons why I was asking if you have finished taking your bookings for the festive season. Because as the festive season comes, now the AI would advise you to either go a bit lower so that you get more people, or a bit higher so that you get more people, depending on where each of your shortlet is located.
Okay, 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 okay. I think that makes a lot of sense. Okay. I think that's like basically all the questions that I do think that I have. Um, the booking manager treasurer was supposed to be on this call, but she's in a meeting with her people, and there's a lot they were trying to work on because of the festive season coming. So, um, is it possible that I have a record of this to share with her, and then let's discuss further on how we can work around this and take advantage of the ember season, the peak season coming, and see how it works.
Yes, we can get that across to you.
Okay, I think that'll be all from my end. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Just to answer a question that I think I skipped before. So you asked about the pricing and what the pricing model is like for recurrent, right? Yes. So because you came through the event, we're offering it for free, right? So you can experience the platform for as long as 6 months. And with your usage, you can either continue for free or you'll be asked to pay for a fee, but it all comes with your usage. So we're targeting people who have very high usage or people who have very minimal usage. So even someone who has just one shortlet can use recurrent and you don't have to pay anything.
Sorry, oh, are you for real?
Yes, I am.
Hey. Oh god. Okay. This is looking like too good to be true. Um, I hope, like they say, the wine name. But let me have a record.
I'm not whining you. I'm not whining you at all.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let me have a record of this. Share with my team. We should look at a possible onboarding, and I think it's like good timing that is happening at this time of the month, so that we take advantage of the season coming up shortly. So I would circle back with, I think that was Mr. Shino that was calling me, that
Yes.
called earlier, and then
Yes.
we'll take it up from there. But so far, this has been a very insightful meeting with the recurrent, and I think I kind of like what I see. I hope that it just goes well for the double so that we make more money and then you make more money as well. So yeah.
Thank you so much for your time today. I truly, really appreciate your time. I think I remember you from the event, so I'm quite excited that you remember me too.
Yes, I do. I do remember you now.
All right. Okay. All right. So we'll get in touch with you.
Thank you, Mr. Shino. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you so much. Do have a very fantastic day.
You are welcome, and you too. Thank you for your time, guys.
All right. Thank you too. Take care.